You know that world of icons, windows, and mouse clicks you live in every day? Well, what if I told you that just beneath that surface, there's a hidden, powerful realm where you can speak directly to the heart of your computer using just text? That's the Linux command line, and today we're going to pull back that curtain and show you the magic inside.
So let's break down the two main ways we talk to a computer. On one hand, you've got the graphical user interface, the GUI. It's visual, it's intuitive, it's what most of us use all the time. But on the other hand, you have the command line. It's text-based, and yeah, it can look a little intimidating at first. But here's the trade-off. A GUI is always limited by its design. The command line, it's a place of almost infinite power and direct control.
So how do we get into this world of text? We need a guide, a translator really, and that translator is called the shell. Think of it like this. The shell is the program that gives you that blinking cursor, that command prompt. You type something in, and the shell's job is to figure out what you mean and tell the computer's core, the kernel, exactly what to do. It's our personal bridge to all that power.
Okay, so we've got our translator ready. Now it's time to actually learn our first few spells. These are the basic, fundamental commands that let you look around, read things, and make changes in this new text-based world. Let's start at the beginning.
The very first thing you're going to want to do in any new place is, well, look around. The command for that is ls. Just typing ls and hitting enter lists all the files and folders right where you are. But here's a little trick. You can make it even better by adding something called a flag, like -f. This tiny addition tells ls to give you more info, adding a slash to the end of directories and an asterisk to executable files. It just makes everything way easier to see at a glance.
All right, so now we can see the files, but how do we read what's inside them? For that, we use the cat command. It's short for concatenate, but you don't need to remember that. Just think of it as the spell to instantly read a file. You type cat, the name of the file, and boom, the entire contents just spill out right there on your screen. It's the absolute fastest way to peek inside a text file. Now here's a key idea that trips a lot of people up at first. In the world of the command line, renaming a file and moving a file are the exact same thing, and they're both done with the mv command. If you type mv old file, new file, and you're in the same folder, you've just renamed it. But if that new file name is actually a path to a different folder, you've just moved it. It's one incredibly versatile spell of transformation.
Okay, I'm about to show you a piece of actual magic. Typing out long, complicated file names is a total pain, and it's so easy to make a typo. This is where a tab autocomplete becomes your best friend. Seriously, you just start typing the first few letters of a file or a folder, hit the tab key, and the shell just fills in the rest for you. It's a lifesaver. It saves you so much typing and prevents a ton of mistakes.
So, we've learned some basic spells. That's cool. But the real power, the true philosophy of the command line, isn't about the individual commands. It's about how you combine them. It's this idea of taking small, simple tools and stringing them together to do incredibly complex things. This is where things get really interesting.
And the secret ingredient that makes all this possible is this one little symbol, the pipe. That vertical bar, what it does is simple but brilliant. It acts like a tube, taking whatever comes out of one command and funneling it directly into the next command as its input. This is how we chain our spells together to create something much more powerful.
But see this in action, because it's awesome. Imagine you want to find every single MP3 file you have buried somewhere in your system. First, you could run ls-r. That command lists every file in every subfolder, creating this giant, overwhelming wall of text. But then you add the pipe. That funnels that entire gigantic list into our second command, grep.mp3. Grep is basically a filter. It sifts through that massive input and only shows you the lines that contain .mp3. And just like that, two simple tools combined did a powerful search that would have taken forever clicking through folders.
That last command combo is pretty sweet, right? But what if you find yourself doing it all the time? What if you could save that entire chain of commands and turn it into your own custom spell that you could use whenever you want? Well, you can, and that's called shell scripting.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You spend 10 minutes crafting the perfect, elegant, super long command, only to realize you have to type it all out again tomorrow, and the day after that. Scripting is the perfect answer to that exact problem.
So what is a shell script? Honestly, it's just a recipe. It's a simple text file where you write down a list of commands one after the other exactly as you type them. Then you save that file, and from then on, you can run that entire sequence with just one single new command. This is how you go from just using commands to creating your own. Let's break down a really simple script. That first line, the #bin/bash thing, that's a special little instruction called a shebang. It's just a magic incantation that tells the computer which shell to use. Then the second line, testing equals date, does something really clever. It runs the date command, but instead of printing the date, it captures that output and stuffs it into a little temporary box called a variable, which we've named testing. Finally, the echo command just prints our message to the screen, including the date we just saved in our testing box. See? It's just a recipe.
Okay, this is it. This is the final step in our journey. We've learned to command the computer, we've learned to save those commands as our own custom scripts. Now, we're going to make the computer run our scripts for us automatically without us even being there. This is where you really become the wizard.
To do this, we need to meet a very special program called cron. Cron is the system's own personal scheduler. It's a little daemon that's always running quietly in the background, just waiting for instructions. And you can tell cron to run any script you want at any time you choose, every minute, every hour, every Tuesday at 3 a.m. It's like a spell book that casts your spells for you, right on schedule.
So how do we tell cron when to do things? We use what's called a cron table, or cron tab. And I'll be honest, the first time you see one, it looks like complete gibberish. But I promise it's actually really simple. You've got 5 slots for time: minute, hour, day of the month, and day of the week, followed by the command you want to run. An asterisk just means every. So if you write 15, 10, star, 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 that just means at 10:15 a.m. every single day. Easy, right?
So what can you really do with all this? Oh, the possibilities are incredible. You can set up a script that automatically backs up all your important data every single night while you're sleeping. You could have a script that monitors your hard drive space and sends you an email alert when it's getting low. You could have it automatically generate and email out reports every morning. You're literally making the tedious parts of your life disappear.
So there you have it. We've gone from simple commands to combining them with pipes to saving them as scripts and finally to putting them on autopilot with cron. You've seen how this blank, blinking cursor can transform into a workshop for building amazing, powerful solutions. The command line isn't some outdated relic. It's a timeless way of truly mastering your computer. So the only real question left is, what tedious task in your life are you going to automate first?